Conor McGregor has been brutally told he's never fighting again. The Notorious wait to return to the octagon was supposed to end last summer in a long-overdue showdown with Michael Chandler. But he was forced out of the Sin City showdown after breaking his left pinky toe just weeks before the June joust. McGregor has found himself embroiled in several controversies since the cancellation of the contest, including being found liable in a civil trial of assaulting Nikita Hand in December 2018. And the Irishman's behavior has former UFC title challenger Chael Sonnen convinced he'll never fight again. The former UFC middle and light heavyweight title challenger told Ariel Helwani he pulled out of his last fight, which was a record gate. He beat all of his own gate records. They had $25 million, pound 20M, waiting for them for the live gate and still had $2 million, pound 1.6M, worth of tickets to sell. He pulled out of a press conference where they took an American company to Ireland, played the video game like everybody had set up shop. I mean, it's a big deal to leave them hanging right there. The official reason he did that was for a discolored pinky toe which may or may not be broken and may or may not be his. He didn't take a picture of himself with the toe. He took a picture of a toe and posted it online. It was discolored red and purple and I'm sure it was very sore. But with no evidence that it was broken, or even any evidence that it was even his. If you pull out of a fight because of a discolored pinky toe that may or may not be yours, that may or may not be broken, you're not fighting again. It's just the truth. McGregor, 36, hasn't set foot inside the cage since breaking his left leg in his trilogy fight with Dustin Poirier in July 2021. The Dubliner, who was filmed this week spitting at a Khabib Nurmagomedov fan, seemingly hasn't lived the life of a professional athlete since the cancellation of his clash with Chandler. And Sonnen believes he's in no fit shape to be stepping foot inside the cage. He said, whatever adult allows Conor McGregor to return with the same exact injury that Chris Weidman had. Chris Weidman being possibly the most disciplined guy in the sport. Conor being the most undisciplined guy in the sport. Chris Weidman doing everything right, from rehab to taking his time, to focusing to being at home at night and going to bed and getting rest on his leg. He did everything right. And did not return as somebody that could follow the basic rule, which was to protect himself at all times. Right. That hindered, repaired leg was that big of an obstacle. But we're supposed to believe that Conor not only can return from the same thing, he can return better. And we think he's going to be better, because we're not booking him in 3-round fights. We're booking him exclusively in 5-round main events, so he is going to have to perform at a much higher level than the All-American. The laws of logic disqualify that. The basic rule is protect yourself at all times. Conor McGregor is not in a position with anybody under contract at the UFC to protect himself at all times. It's a silly proposition, and that is just the truth. That is just the truth. There's not another way to say it. I also want in on the Conor business. I also want to cover him and have him back, and it's different when he's there. I acknowledge the fun. But if you're talking about any level of responsibility, you can't book him. And you definitely can't book him in a 5-round fight. That's insane.